Hello everyone. Today is Friday the 23rd of August. We are sitting at Babaji's tonight, and we were thinking of sharing quite a few things with you, and we're going to cover a lot of grounds tonight. What started basically making this video was another video that we received, which is talking about the current increase in the Muslim population across the world, in particular in Western European countries. And we were just going to send that video to you. Then we thought it might be a good idea to have an introduction to that video before it's sent to you. And then watching that video, you will see for yourself. It reminded me of Babaji and what he's been doing in particular Muslim countries that he traveled to, and contacts he's had with some Muslim leaders such as Muammar Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, ambassador in London, and some Palestinians and Israeli officials. So it just got out of hand, and we couldn't really talk about any of this without again referring to Babaji's background in Anglo-Asian Friendship Society charity that took him to those journeys, and the contacts that he made with all those leaders and ambassadors. But before we get to any of that, Babaji would like to say a few words about the important day that's coming up tomorrow. That's Lord Krishna's birthday, and also some important invitation that arrived to Babaji to attend a peace conference. Babaji is going to tell you all about it. I'm just going to hand over to Babaji.
Yeah.
And
See, tomorrow is Janmashtami. That is the birth of Lord Krishna. See, so I want to wish everybody happy Lord Krishna's birthday, Janmashtami. And on Sunday is Guga Nomi. Guga was a peer who was the head of all those snakes. See, all snakes, we call it Nag Devta, were under him. And Guga Peer has got only 3 temples in India. One is in Rajasthan, one is in Himachal, and one is in South. So the Guga Nomi is on Sunday, which we will be celebrating. Janmashtami is tomorrow, which we will be celebrating at about 6 in the evening, because Lord Krishna's birthday was at 12 midnight. So we always take the time where he was born. See? So if we start it, say about at 7:30, then we have the cradles where, which the people would be who would be praying with that for have his blessings.
That's right, yes.
See? Okay, now it comes out, that is that. Now what I'm going to say is, because many people ask, Babaji, what were you doing? What were you? So let me make it very clear. I came here in 1956.
Yes.
See? And I was a bus driver, I worked in the foundries, I've lived in London, I've lived in Bradford, Manchester, everywhere. And in the end, I settled in Newcastle.
Yes.
I was very, very active politically.
Yes.
I was very close to David Wellington, Home Secretary, Douglas Hurd, and Margaret Thatcher.
Yes.
See? And when there was this carry-on going on about the hostages in Iraq, Southern Sudan, he kept 56 people there. He says, well, you either listen to me or otherwise I'm not going to send them. They were old people. So what we did, we said, I went down there in London, I saw the ambassador. And he said, the ambassador said, who are you? At the door, because they wouldn't let anybody in.
Yes.
I said, I'm the president of HSF Society. that was Hindu-Sikh Friendship Society. He thought that I'm a banker. Also, please let him in. And when I went in, he said, yes. I should give him my card. He said, what's that? I said, that's Hindu-Sikh Friendship Society. He says, you know, Margaret Thatcher, she wanted to have audience with me. And I said, no, I'm talking to His Highness. That was Saddam Hussein. I said, look, I've come here. We are going to swap our people. I run the charity. You release them. And he says, okay. He said, tell me one thing. You have to go back? I said, yes. He said, well, what I will do, I'll put it to Saddam Hussein tonight. Well, he didn't say Saddam Hussein, His Highness tonight, and I'll see what he says. Yes. I said, okay. So he said, what will you tell your people when you go back? Have you put the camera? I said, yeah. He says, he called the secretary, he says, well, take a photograph with him. Because he liked what I was saying. Yes. I said, look, it's not a put-up stuff, it's genuine. That's right. And at that time, it was in the papers. Actually, you know, when I got off the train, the reporter came and took the camera. It was next day in the Evening Chronicle. Wow.
That was an important event.
Yes. And same, Colonel Gaddafi, I met him in Libya. He was a very nice man. Okay. What he said was, like I always said, don't use the weapons, the love. Love is the best killer. You can kill a person with love.
He said that?
Yes.
He never came across as such person.
That's what and he was saying, he says, you will see Muslims will rule the world. That was his words.
Wow.
See? Okay. And I will send that video also to them. Because I don't want the people to think that I'm anti-Muslim on this. Because I'm from Africa, born there. Yes. But my guru was Muslim. Yes. Guru Nanak's Guru was Muslim. That's right. Look at that, my photo there.
Yeah, that photo.
He is. I got that cap from 5 shrines.
Yes.
You know, and Pakistan, Nizamuddin, Hadi Ali, Nizamuddin Aulia, and then it was Baba Farid. What was the other one? In Lahore,
Dada Darbar. Dada Darbar.
Dada Darbar, you know, Mia Mir, and oh God, I had that. And I'm from Kenya. I knew Urdu, I know Quran, I know Bible, I know all the books. Yeah. See? And that's why my guru, who was a Muslim, he picked me. That's right. He had a 250,000 followers, and he had quite a few disciples. Why did he pick me? Because he tried me everywhere. That's right. In all respects. Now I'll show you there, and you will see Anglo-Asian friendship. We have got more powers than Red Cross and Amnesty International.
Excellent. Yes.
See? Yes, and these people can go on the website and see Anglo-Asian Friendship Society. Yes. If they want to see my personal, they can go on babaghai.com.
That's right.
And they will see.
You can see all the videos as well, yes. But this basically covers most of the activities that Babaji had done, and he just talked about, including the help with the hostage situation, and also meeting with Israeli officials in Israel and releasing over $100 million of funds for Palestinians, and also meeting with Palestinian administrator Abdullah. So really, we just wanted to send you that video, but one thing led to another, and we came back again to this Anglo-Asian Friendship Society, which kick-started everything, including Babaji's activities that took place in Muslim countries with regards to Muslim issues. So it's just for you to have a look at the history of activities Babaji had done. Some of these obviously are not connected to Muslim countries because they cover a lot of grounds, but you'll see pictures of Babaji with Abdullah at the end of this book, and with some other dignitaries in the Middle East.
Do it slowly, let the people see what you are.
Yes.
Don't go so fast, let them see what you
These are basically recognitions and letters of appreciations, awards, invitations from really high officials, not only from Muslim countries but also from India as well. Lots from Pakistan, from Punjab administrators for Babaji's efforts in Punjab, also from the temple in Lahore. It also covers the celebration of Diwali in the Hindu temple in Lahore. So Babaji has been quite active in most of the Muslim countries, as we know today.
That's the word.
This is quite interesting. This one, if you zoom in, the equal last rights for all, and you can read it for yourself here that what Baba Ghai was campaigning for. It wasn't just for Hindus' rights or Sikhs' rights or Muslim rights. He was campaigning for a global rights for everybody on the planet, regardless of their faith, color, and race. And as you can see, it's all covered in this page. I don't want to bore you with reading all of them, but if you could zoom in a little bit more, people can see the headings and the titles and everything that this covers.
Now go to the pages and let them see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. That's again about the dignity of death. Ashes to ashes, the famous word we hear every day, where it comes from. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and all the rest of it. This was obviously part of the funeral pyre campaign. Bodies to be cremated. Again, it goes back to the dignity after death and how people should be treated according to their faith, whether they are Muslims or Jews or Hindus. Again, that's part of the...
I always believe a person should live and die according to his own faith.
That's right, you've always said that, Babaji, yes. And this basically covers whatever you stood for and you fought for and eventually achieved what you wanted to achieve.
But this is the body, now
That's right.
and that's not very important because we did the open funeral.
That's right, this is covered in all those videos. That's just...
Yeah.
He won dignity for the dead. That's again after the successful funeral pyre campaign and winning the court. And again, lots of awards from UNESCO, gold medal, to human rights awards from Pakistan, and all the other honours that followed the recognition of this funeral pyre campaign and the success.
This is when
the
we
High
went
Court.
to Palestine.
That's right. Yeah, that's the Amnesty International Lifetime Achievement Award, and also the Middle East Peace Initiative Ambassador for Peace. Yeah. After what we just mentioned earlier, Babaji achieved in Holy Land. He also not only released the funds for Palestinians, he even wanted to go further and take that division wall. And that was for Israelis one step too far, and they couldn't really do that because of the suicide bombers.
UNESCO gold medal.
That's right. Yes, UNESCO's gold medal. That's right. Yeah. Medal for a man who kept calm. That's right. I mean, this book is all about the recognitions and awards and medals that everybody afterwards awarded to Babaji. How did the man from Gospel quell a Hindu uprising in Greece? So this is something we haven't talked about, but you probably know about it. This is about the scandal of Southern Comfort in Greece, where there was a lot of Hindus unhappy with some images and advertising on Southern Comfort, and with Babaji's intervention it was quelled and it was calmed, and Babaji was awarded for being calm and resolving the issue. Tyneside is dilute, goddess liqueur row, that's again same story in Greece. Amnesty International Pakistan, another award for Babaji's efforts in Pakistan that helped a lot of people. This is to do
by the president of Azad Kashmir.
Azad Kashmir, that's right, you mentioned that, yeah. Jawad Hussain Jafri, signed by the administrator, the president of the International Amnesty International in Pakistan. We'll just move on, yeah. Another one, Ambassador for Peace, awarded the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace. This is another one you've probably seen in other videos. Peacemaker to get international award. That's another award again for helping peace and harmony. A great friend, campaign honor. Again, they follow one after the other. This is for the campaign that Babaji led that ended with the success in 2010 on Funeral Fire. These are celebrations, photos of celebrations. These are in Pakistan, Babaji, are they?
Yeah, these were the
you know them,
appreciation by the Chief Minister of Delhi.
That's right, yes.
She honored me.
Yeah, that lady, Chief Minister of Delhi, who honored Babaji in that in those ceremonies, yes.
This is from Pakistan.
Pakistan again. Lots and lots of awards from Pakistan, which is amazing. Lahore City, Pakistan. Yeah, that's a Diwali. That's right, yeah. That's the Diwali celebration in a temple in Lahore, in Pakistan. And again, more pictures of the same event in Pakistan. Diwali celebrations, that's right. And what are these, Babaji? I don't know about them. They are obviously in Pakistan again, are they? That's right, yes.
Yes, they are.
Same celebrations, yes, some holidays in Pakistan again. URI National Conference, that's right, yes.
It's the biggest organization, the United Christian. It's all over the world.
That's right.
And I was honored by the father there. See? And
that's right.
Now
that's the award that's been given to Babaji, yeah.
Kiran Bali.
She's somewhere in the photos. There's more photos.
Kiran Bali, she is the daughter of my friend. She was with us when we went there. And now she is the chairperson of URI all over the world.
No wonder.
See? She has worked her way up very well. And you will see there,
yes.
we used to have international faith meetings, the ambassador of America and all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're all there, yes. Yes. Right, if you...
because I don't want the people to take that I was only... no, very quickly.
That's
right.
I
like helping the people.
That's right. These pictures and awards are just showing that what you were saying about all the activities you've had, they actually did happen, the appreciations and the awards did come through. And this is Abdullah, I believe, Babaji. This is the Palestinian atmosphere. That's right.
Palestine.
That's right. That's when Babaji went to Holy Land to help the release of funds and help basically have meeting with both sides and try to bring some sense to the situation at the time in the Holy Land. So, and this is again another interfaith activity by Babaji. I believe this gentleman is the Bishop of Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Is that correct?
You know, Bishop, I went to the Israel. I think that's a Bishop of Liverpool. It's all written there.
That's right.
It's a Bishop of Liverpool and Bishop of, I think, it's all written at the top.
That's right, yes, that's right. Yeah, Bishop of Liverpool, Bishop of Jerusalem, and Palestine families. Yeah, exactly. I didn't see the writings yet. So, very important people who were happy to meet Babaji and cooperate with him.
See, we were the first one to go to the Israel Parliament.
Yes.
And when we went down there, and I asked them about the money, they owed because they were holding the money.
Yes.
And I asked them for two things: to release the money for the Palestinian people,
Yes.
and then to bring the wall down.
Yes.
They said, okay, we'll release the money, but we won't bring the wall down.
That's right.
I said, why? He said, because of the suicide bombers.
Yes.
And so I said, okay. And then they released the money to the Palestinians. It was, I think, $100 million or something.
Yes.
See? And you will see that photo
Oh, that one there.
there. I liked that hat. You see,
Yes.
I wore that hat.
Yes.
You know, and I came back.
That's with your Guruji.
Yes.
That's right. Yes.
And I'll tell you the funny thing. When I came back,
Yeah.
I was going to India,
Yeah.
and I was stopped at Dubai, and there was strip search.
Strip
You know, yes, because they thought that I'm a Jew.
Okay.
See, and luckily there was a chap there who could speak Punjabi. You know, what I said was, you know, when they're searching me, he also thought that I'm Jew. And when I was saying, yes, I'm and then he thought of Punjabi, so he started talking to me in Punjabi. See, because, you know, I thought, well, why are they still searching me? And then he told them, and then they let me go.
Yes.
And if you see, when I went, my guru knew what I went through,
Yes.
and he was laughing his head off. and now, you see, in that photo,
Yes.
he liked my hat and that.
Yeah.
And he says, to go, he says, take the photograph.
Yes.
I like that.
Photo.
And the funny thing, 10 years after, because he knew, 10 years after that, when he died, I was wearing the same
The
clothes.
same clothes. Wow. Same long suit. and
Same
hat.
clothes. See, that's why I said, he was a very, very powerful man. Now, what I'm doing is, with his blessing, my guru's blessing, and my parents' blessing. And you know that's what I do.
Absolutely, yes.
So what I'm going to do is,
100%.
I'm going to give it to them what Colonel Gaddafi told me,
Yes.
you know, and let the people see that.
See the video. Yes.
I was sending 2 videos, let them see. And I wish all them happy Janmashtami and happy Guganomi. God bless.
Excellent.
And let
Thank
me
you very
enjoy
much.
my drink.
Okay, Babaji. Thank you. Thank you. Right. We just we nearly finished this. We thought we'd better finish this before we finish the video. These are basically what Babaji actually is all about. You see all these signs here which represent different faith, and that's what Babaji is all about. And as he always refers to his website, love is God, work is worship,
Humanity is the
humanity
best
is the best religion. So that this page basically shows what Babaji is all about, and his achievement in small photos. You may not be able to see the details of photos, but this is very good to see what Babaji is all about. That would be it, and hopefully you enjoy this video and the one that follows, and we'll get in touch again once we find some interesting material for you. Okay, Babaji?
Yeah. Well, see, when I was on the machine, you know,
Yes.
life support machine, my guru sent me back saying, finish the job,
Yes.
and then I'll come and get you. What are you doing here? You haven't finished your job. And he told me another 5 things which I can't disclose.
Yes.
And the job was to get the funeral pyre for Hindus and Sikhs. Okay, now many people are confused. Now, we don't want to get married in the church. So why should we go in the church and have our last rites?
That's right, that's right.
So what I'm saying is, I won the case. The judge said, give them the land
That's right.
and let them
Have the funeral.
do what they want. And many people not many people, even my son said that. Baba, Daddy, it will take about what, 24 hours, collect the ashes, this. And that is simple. They don't realize we'll have both.
Yeah.
We will have the electric thing also, we'll have that thing also.
Yeah.
Let the people have their own choice.
Absolutely. If they're happy
Because
with the electric,
I always believe
yeah.
a person should live and die according to his own faith.
That's right.
Like they said, dust to dust, ashes to ashes.
That's right. That's it. And that's how it should be.
Only just people, because instead of making money and this, they don't realize one thing. What I went to my guru for wealth, and when he said wealth of which, this world or that world, and I was all top cards, I was platinum and all that, and I all gave that up. The wealth I'm enjoying now, I can't describe. You have been with me for quite a while. Possession cases, not even the ghosts are scared to come down.
Not coming anywhere near this
No,
place.
I used to have 2 or 3 possession cases every week. Now, I'm dying to see a possession case.
But you hardly had any in the past year or nearly a year, maybe 2 or 3. Not a lot. So that's good sign. So people are not suffering. So
It's all the blessing of my friend there. Look, that one.
Yes.
You have seen my friend there? And this is my another friend.
Yes.
This is my other friend. See? They all are the creation of Lord Shiva. And that's finally what I wanted to tell you is, look, this is another invitation I got from Golden Temple.
That's right. That's right. This is an invitation to Babaji to attend a peace conference in India. If you just put it there and zoom on it. That's in November, Babaji, isn't it?
Yes, on 9th of November.
9th of
And there will
November.
be
Yes.
hundreds and thousands of people there.
That's right.
Why out of all those they pick? Because
They've seen what you've done.
people
Babaji.
know what I do.
That's right. That's right.
What I do is what he does. I'm a middleman.
That's right.
I'm a middleman. Blessing of him, my guru, and my parents.
That's it.
I think we have said enough.
Yeah,
Now
I think,
we'll give them the videos, let them decide themselves.
Okay, Babaji.
And good luck, God bless, and be happy.
Thank you, Babaji. Thank you very much.
Each have one child. There are half as many children as parents. If those children have one child, then there are 1/4 as many grandchildren as grandparents. If only 1 million babies are born in 2006, it's hard to have 2 million adults enter the workforce in 2026. As the population shrinks, so does the culture. As of 2007, the fertility rate in France was 1.8, England 1.6, Greece 1.3, Germany 1.3, Italy 1.2, Spain 1.1. Across the entire European Union of 31 countries, the fertility is a mere 1.38. Historical research tells us these numbers are impossible to reverse. In a matter of years, Europe as we know it will cease to exist. Yet the population of Europe is not declining. Why? Immigration. Islamic immigration. Of all population growth in Europe since 1990, 90% has been Islamic immigration. France, 1.8 children per family. Muslims, 8.1. In southern France, traditionally one of the most populated church regions in the world, there are now more mosques than churches. 30% of children ages 20 and younger are Islamic. In the larger cities such as Nice, Marseille, and Paris, that number has grown to 45%. By 2027, 1 in 5 Frenchmen will be Muslim. In just 39 years, France will be an Islamic republic. In the last 30 years, the Muslim population of Great Britain rose from 82,000 to 2.5 million, a 30-fold increase. There are over 1,000 mosques, many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million Muslims. That's 1 out of 5 Russians. 40% of the entire Russian army will be Islamic in just a few short years. Currently in Belgium, 25% of the population and 50% of all newborns are Muslim. The government of Belgium has stated 1/3 of all European children will be born to Muslim families by 2025, just 17 years away. The German government, the first to talk about this publicly, recently released a statement saying, "The fall in the German population can no longer be stopped. Its downward spiral is no longer reversible. It will be a Muslim state by the year 2050. Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya said, "There are signs that Allah will grant victory to Islam in Europe, without swords, without guns, without conquest. We don't need terrorists. We don't need homicide bombers. The 50+ million Muslims in Europe will turn it into a Muslim continent within a few decades." There are currently 52 million Muslims in Europe. The German government said that number is expected to double in the next 20 years to 104 million. Closer to home, the numbers tell a similar story. Right now, Canada's fertility rate is 1.6, nearly a full point below what is required to sustain a culture. And Islam is now the fastest growing religion. Between 2001 and 2006, Canada's population increased by 1.6 million, 1.2 of those immigration. In the United States, the current fertility rate of American citizens is 1.6. With the influx of the Latino nations, the rate increases to 2.11, the bare minimum required to sustain a culture. In 1970, there were 100,000 Muslims in America. Today, there are over 9 million. The world is changing. It's time to wake up. 3 years ago, a meeting of 24 Islamic organizations was held in Chicago. The transcripts of that meeting showed in detail their plans to evangelize America through journalism, politics, education, and more. They said, "We must prepare ourselves for the reality that in 30 years, there will be 50 million Muslims living in America. The world that we live in is not the world in which our children and grandchildren will live."